After several years away from Stockton due to some soul searching, I'm happy to return this fall 2024 to complete my last year as an undergraduate student. In the past, my broad interests across the sciences and humanities made it difficult to focus on a single degree program. Upon returning to Stockton this year, I feel blessed to have found the liberal studies major, which allows a customized degree program accommodating broad interests throughout my double minor in sustainability and philosophy religion. My name is Krishna Keshava Das, and I look forward to telling you a little bit about my undergrad capstone in environmental philosophy, which also serves to complete my sustainability minor. I'm working on a theistically conscious, biocentric environmental ethic that embodies a dynamic conception of nature encompassing value and human action. That might sound like a lot and potentially confusing for those who are used to thinking of the sciences and humanities as separate, unrelated disciplines. As I've recently learned, however, they're actually complementary. Given my background as a practitioner of the Vaishnava teachings from India, I explore how a theistic worldview informed by Eastern wisdom provides a conceptual framework to 1. Accommodate contradiction in nature, like its simultaneous psychophysical properties, 2. Provide a unified holistic ground that contextualizes nature's diversity, and 3. Promotes virtuous personal qualities that positively regulate our interaction with the environment and other living entities. As I've studied the literature assigned in the environmental philosophy class, it became clear that an underlying cause of the present ecological crisis can be traced from recent techno-scientific development back to unexamined Western socio-religious assumptions that nature is solely mechanical and that humanity's birthright is to dominate and exploit nature. These mechanistic and anthropocentric presumptions couldn't anticipate the interdependent connections throughout nature and limited nature's value to its utility for humanity. Thus, humanity extracted Earth's minerals to manufacture technology without foreseeing it would damage soil health and threaten food production. People could not predict that cutting down trees for raw materials would release mass amounts of carbon dioxide, triggering rapid global warming. In hopes of healing our relationship with the environment, I argue that an organic and biocentric perspective offers a more satisfactory conception of nature, accommodating its interconnected yet diverse aspects, while prioritizing the inherent value of living entities and their distinguished functions in nature. I'm interested in further exploring the relevance of these principles to techno-scientific progress, as already demonstrated by the field of biomimicry. By the end of the semester, I'll have written a 16-page paper clearly articulating these ideas in relation to activism or economics.
Hey Brandon, you ever heard about the Science of Life Club?
No, I haven't.
You should check it out. We got a QR code right here.
All right.
It's about the intersection between the hard sciences and the humanities in regards to consciousness and life.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Oh, whoa.
The Science of Life Club was started as a student organization here at Stockton to further consider the harmony and the complementarity between the sciences and the humanities. This club was started in cooperation with the Princeton Bhaktivedanta Institute, an organization that I volunteer and internship with. We have an article written in the student paper, The Argo, which was published back in 2020, if you want to read more about that. And there are some videos from previous meetings if you look in the gallery. If you're interested in more information, please log on to Osprey Hub and check out Science of Life. We'd be more than happy to engage with you further and hear what you have to say, hear what your interests are, and have some respectful and in-depth dialogue.
The idea is that within that particular field, there's a set of sort of reasonable assumptions, theories, and so on that are accepted as part of the community. And so that you as the philosopher, the ethicist, are coming into that community and you're doing your best to try to help them think about the substantive, foundational questions that they deal with. And I found that in many cases that at Stockton, when they're able to be true to their original mission, it's a very easy thing to do because the people in the program, so for example, the sustainability program or the environmental sciences program, are people with inclinations towards looking at the most substantive and foundational questions. The question about what is nature, the question about what kinds of ethical theories are appropriate for when you're thinking about the environment. Is it deep ecology? Is it Aldo Leopold? Is it one of these and so on? They feel that those are important kinds of questions that their students should have an opportunity to wrestle with. I always like to talk about questions of beauty. I always like to raise the idea of religion. I like to have people think about what is nature. I like to have people think about non-human animals. I like people to think about what would an environmental ethics theory look like. I like it when people both think about activism, what's an appropriate form of activism, and I like people thinking about the economics that's involved. One of the things that I've always felt was the strength of Stockton, and I hope after I retire that they continue to keep doing it, is the interdisciplinary nature, the refusal to silo things, to go, look, I do hydrology, there's nothing else, it's just that. And the sustainability major and the environmental science major and so on are really designed to go, no, you've got to think about a lot of different stuff. And you've got to think deeply about a lot of different stuff. And I think that I worry that institutions will fall back into that silo effect. I would say that one of the wonderful things that you can get in choosing an undergraduate degree in environmental sciences or sustainability is they're going to give you the tools and techniques to be able to work in a number of different fields. Well, what's going to happen is that, 8 to 10 years in, you're going to wind up dealing with questions about what is the right thing to do, what is good, what is the direction that we ought to go. And you should, at the undergraduate level, have experience dealing with those kinds of questions as well. So if you can have at an undergraduate level built in the openness that comes with philosophy as, oh, this is what it means to be an environmental scientist or a sustainability person, is that one of the things you look at are not just the data, not just the techniques for boring or whatever it is you're going to be doing, but what we're going to be doing with it, what we're going to be thinking about it, what are the possibilities, what are the alternatives, and so on. And by incorporating philosophy as part of the undergraduate discipline, we hope that what it does is it kind of gets in the genetics of the students so that it's always there. And they don't think of it as some other kind of thing to do, but part of what it means to be a flourishing environmental scientist or a flourishing sustainability